Hello, my love. Welcome back. If you are new here, welcome. I'm so happy that you're here. My name is Jess, and this is a space where I share all things aligning your life and business to your cycle and harnessing the power of your cycle to create the most successful business and thriving life possible. If you are watching this on YouTube, you may notice that I am back in my little makeshift podcast studio, aka my mum's living room, which I have just thrown some sheets over to make a little bit of a backdrop-ish sort of vibe. And I'm so excited to be here. It is Easter Sunday as I am recording this, and I am here by myself with Ruby, who is off camera. She's a little shy, but my mum's cavoodle. She is sitting here keeping me company. And I have had just the most beautiful morning. I have had my hot crust buns, I have had my tea, and I have just had the most nourishing morning, being really slow and feeling into the energy of what I want to bring today, because today I'm sitting down to not just record this podcast episode, but to batch record the episodes for this podcast and for this channel for the next month or so. And that's a huge feat, but because I schedule with my cycle, it is so incredibly doable. And it might sound like a lot of work up front, but it actually saves me so much time and energy and is the best thing that I have done for this podcast, because it allows me to create consistent quality content with so much more ease than sitting down every single week and having to show up every single week and record, edit, upload, etc. But that being said, I was driving yesterday and I have some of my most profound thoughts in the car and in the shower. Let me know if you're the same, because I just feel like anytime I'm in my car, I often talk to myself in my car. That might sound absolutely bonkers, but I just chat to myself. I have great chats, and it's where I kind of discover some things about myself, about my business. I have great ideas in the car and in the shower. I talk to myself less in the shower because I don't know, it's just not the place. I sing in the shower though, but that doesn't always bring ideas. Anyway, that's not even relevant. What I'm trying to say is, yesterday while I was in my car talking to myself, I realized how much I do miss sitting down and having more conversational podcast episodes. And I guess that's why I'm starting today's episode this way. Because I batch record my content, which again, I love, and I'm going to continue doing that because it's amazing for me and for my business. But it's a little harder to have more conversational chats because the day that I'm recording all of the podcasts are the same, and can't really give you like life updates or share what's been going on or what I've been moving through and working through, because that is going to be the same every episode because it's all happening in one day. So the idea came through that I want to have this content, this regular, consistent content, so that I know that I'm bringing you so much value every single week in these regular episodes. But I also want to start doing more conversational catch-up podcast episodes. And I'm going to label them something like a bonus episode or something. I'm going to think of a cuter name, but for now I'm thinking like just bonus episode, so that if you're not remotely interested in hearing me have a chat about my life, what's going on in my life and business, just more of a raw, real, like get to know me and my business and my process in a more casual sense, rather than like an educational episode. If you're not interested in that, you can just completely skip the bonus episodes and continue listening to the scheduled programming. And if you do want to hear the bonus episodes, then it also gives you a little nugget. Now, these are things that I'm not going to schedule, meaning I'm not going to plan them. I'm not going to sit down every single week and do one of these. But it's just something that I want to do if I have a thought, if something comes up, if I have something to share, that I can just in the moment grab my microphone and record. These might not even be video content. It might be, but they're going to be more like in the moment, real, just chatting. And I'm really looking forward to doing that because that is something I have missed about this space. This podcast was founded on me in COVID needing an outlet to talk about the things I was passionate about. And I shared a lot of my own journey and my own stories. And then slowly over time, it became more of an educational platform. And I love that. But I am missing that connection. So I'm excited about that, bringing that to life. So if you're interested in that, let me know. I'm going to do it anyway because it's something I want to do for me. But I'd love to know if you're looking forward to it and if you have any ideas for names that are a bit cuter than just like bonus episodes. I can't even name it after a specific day because it's not necessarily going to be a weekly thing. Like it can't be like Monday catch up or something. Anyway, enough about that. I actually do have something of value to share in this week's episode. And I also have something incredible to announce at the end of it. Once this podcast episode is out, I will have already announced the thing, so you may already be aware of it. But I want to talk about a particular subject before we even get into that because I want to lay the foundation so that there's a little bit of context. And in this week's episode, I want to talk about how you can harness the power of your cycle and the energy of your inner seasons to earn more and work less in your business. This is something that I feel we're all desiring, right? When you're in business, you don't get into business because you want to be working all the time. You don't get into business because you want to be hustling and grinding and spending hours and hours and hours pouring into it. You want to be spending time on your business and in your business because it's what you love. But I don't believe that there is people out there that genuinely got into business because they want to like work all the time. Most of us get into business because we love what we do. Or there's a mix of that and we want to earn a living. We want to earn money so that we can live the life that we desire. For me and for the clients that I work with, the common thread is women who have started businesses out of a passion, out of a deep desire to be of service, and then also discovered that they desire to live a life where they get to be compensated for that. They get to be paid to do the work that they love and earn money so that they can live the life that they desire while doing the work that they love and having the impact that they wish to see in the world. And that is amazing. But a lot of us start on that journey and then realize business is really a lot of work. There's a lot of time, there's a lot of energy that has to be put into it. And a common thing that I see on, social media and from my clients and from just other business women that I talk to, there are many, many times in this journey where it feels exhausting. It feels like we are on a hamster wheel, that we are constantly working and churning and creating and showing up and spending so much time and having an endless to-do list just to be able to earn some money or have the impact we desire. And while I'm not discrediting that as a lived experience, I 1000% get it. And I also want to preface that I'm never going to say that no work is required or no time is required because that would be unethical, untrue, and just wrong. But what I want to bring to this conversation today is how you can earn more and work less so that you can live the life that you desire, have that impact you desire, have the income you desire, but without having to spend all of your time so that you have no free time left doing all of the things, right? And I kind of touched on earlier in this episode how I batch my content and that helps me get more content to you in less time and with less energy. And that's what I'm talking about today, is using your cycle seasons to earn more and work less. I believe that there is no one that wouldn't take that option. Like, I don't believe I could find someone if I was walking around town and asked, with one of those little microphones like they do on the late night talk show sometimes, being like, "Excuse me, ma'am, would you like to earn more money and work less, or would you prefer to work a shitload and just get that same amount of money?" I don't believe I'd find someone who would say, "Oh, I want to work a lot." Like, I would rather work a lot for the same amount of money. No one's going to say that. Everyone's going to say, "I would love to earn that amount of money, a bit more or maybe a bit less, if it meant that I could work a little less, if it meant I had to, exert less effort and energy." I believe that, right? And I think we all would agree with that. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I don't want to be doing a lot of work. I don't want to be exerting a lot of effort. I want to work efficiently and effectively. I want to work in ways that are meaningful and fulfilling for me. And that to me looks like, working with my clients, showing up and creating value. But I don't want to be doing the work for hours and hours and hours. So, how can we work less and earn more? Harnessing the power and the strengths of your inner seasons. When I tell you I will beat this drum until it wears out, I am not lying. If you're a regular of this podcast or this channel, you might be like, "Oh, I get it." But seriously, guys, when you harness the power and the strengths of your inner seasons, you get more done in less time and with less effort and energy required. For example, this podcast, this channel, I can create an episode and a video every single week that is valuable and that is a consistent quality and that helps me achieve the impact I desire, while also attracting really amazing dream clients. Before I was aligning my business with my cycle, I was so inconsistent with my podcast episodes. I would have months at a time where I just completely neglected this space. And there was weeks where it was like a 2-hour episode and one where it was like 10 minutes. And it was just all over the place. The content wasn't consistent. The quality wasn't consistent. And it just wasn't what I wanted from this space. It wasn't what my audience wanted from this space. But now I sit down once a month for maybe 2 hours max, and I sit down and I share these episodes. I record these episodes, and I get at least a month's worth of podcast episodes, of YouTube videos to go out once a week for a month. I then take all of the video content and I make little snippets, and that is then my reels and TikToks and YouTube shorts for the month. And sometimes I go crazy and I record like a month and a half's worth of content in literally less than, I would say the max I have ever done of a batch is like 3 hours, and that's about it. So for 3 hours a month, I get a month's worth of content. Whereas before, I was probably spending 3 hours a week. 3 hours a week sitting down, recording, editing, uploading, because I was doing it at times of my cycle that wasn't conducive for that particular activity. So now scheduling and recording in my inner summer is the best for me and for my business and my content, because it's a time when my brain chemistry and my body and my energy are primed for confidence, for showing up, for sharing, for speaking, for articulation. And it just comes naturally and easy to me. Whereas if I tried to record this very episode like in a week when I'm in the depths of my inner autumn, when I want to just curl up in a little ball and be resting, it wouldn't be the same. It would take so much more out of me. So that's just an example, right? There's other tasks that make you money in your business that you can schedule with your cycle so that you're getting them done without having to spend so much time on them. Another example would be if one of your strategies for attracting clients is posting in Facebook groups and networking on Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever, then you're going to want to be having posts that are consistent and consistently posting them and sharing them and connecting with people. Now, if that's your strategy, you're going to probably have to be, yes, showing up in those spaces every day or every couple of days. But what you can do is create posts and content within certain seasons of your cycle so that you have a whole log to just copy and paste and share and reshare. So you're not sitting down every single day going, okay, and what am I writing today? What am I going to do today? And same goes for your reels, for your Instagram content, for your YouTube videos, for whatever you desire. Also, in terms of how you show up and serve your clients, that is going to change and shift by how you align your business with your cycle as well. So I hope I'm being clear. I'm just kind of giving a vague overview of like the possibilities. And the reason I'm being a little vague is because I do have something to announce that is going to cover this in so much more detail. So much more detail. And that is my free 3-day challenge that is literally called Work Less, Earn More with Cyclical Business. And this 3-day challenge, I am literally walking you through in depth how to align your business with your cycle, how to then create systems and structures so that you can earn more and work less within your business, as well as some other tips, tricks, and tools that will help you be more efficient, more effective, more consistent within your business without burning out, without having to show up every single day with the consistent amount of energy. Because if you know me, you know that I preach that is just absolutely not possible. We are cyclical beings, and our body and brain chemistry are literally going through shifts every single day. As women, we have the 28-day cycle, rather than the 24-hour cycle. It's not going to be the same every day. So we need to play to those strengths and release the idea that we can just like do the same shit every day, because we can, but we will be so much more effective and efficient if we harness our cycle rather than push against it. So if you're interested in learning how to do all of that and work less, truly work less, so that you have more time to do the things that you love, you have more time to create the content that actually lights you up, you have more time to be serving your clients, you have more time to be hanging out with your friends, your family, to be resting, reading, whatever you want more time for, Cyclical Business can help you achieve that while also creating sustainable income and a scalable income. Because if your business doesn't have systems and structures in place, that means that you are effectively and efficiently earning money and generating income and leads and clients, then you're not going to be able to scale your business, because it's going to exhaust you before you're even able to like think about that, right? I'm talking about not having a business where every time you receive a sale, you go, far out, how am I going to do that again? Or you have a successful launch and then you're like, oh my God, the thought of having to do that again is scary. Like, how do I replicate that? I'm talking about a business where you know, full faith, my systems are set, my structures are solid, my foundation is great, and I know that I can achieve the income, the impact that I desire with minimal effort, with ease, and actually enjoy the process. Like, actually genuinely enjoy launching, creating content, serving clients, showing up in your business, even doing admin tasks. Like, I want to get you to a point where you even enjoy emails, because it's possible. I hated them, and now I know when to schedule them with my cycle. I actually enjoy them. I go to a cafe, I get a matcha, and I sit down and just enter the zone. But that aside, if this is something you're interested in, please join me for this 3-day totally free challenge. It is hosted over in my free Facebook community, the CEO Sisterhood. I would absolutely love to see you there. There's going to be so much value. It's going to be super engaging. And also, because of the nature of me and my business, the time investment is very minimal. I'm talking like you're just going to have to show up for maybe 15 to 20 minutes for the day for 3 days. Like, every day of the challenge, you're just gonna have to show up for like 15 minutes, and there's gonna be like small tasks for you to do. You're gonna have to invest no more than half an hour for 3 days, right? So that's like what, an hour and a half in a week? That's crazy. Please come and join me. I will have the registration link down below. And if you liked this video, this episode, please let me know in the comments or by rating this episode on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, wherever you are listening to this or watching this. I really, really appreciate it, and it helps me reach a wider audience and spread the message of cyclical business to more women, so that we can have more women in this world that are earning good money, doing good work, and creating the change that we so desperately need in our world. And that's my biggest wish. So thank you for joining me. I cannot wait for the 3-day challenge. I've never done one before, and I am so freaking excited. And I'm also excited to bring to you the more conversational episodes as well. So stay tuned for those. But I think that's all from me today. I hope this has been helpful, and I am so grateful for you always.